Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Greg McCloskey from ForexLive.com. I'm going to take a quick technical look at the price of Bitcoin. So we're going to start off by taking a look at the daily chart here to get a broader view of what's been going on. And needless to say, the trend has been to the downside. The price over the last few months has seen some consolidation with some higher highs, but overall the price action is fairly confined in a relatively narrow trading range. But before looking at that more closely, let's go back in time and take a look at the move to the downside. We saw initial support against the 100-day moving average here way back in November of 2021, and then broke below that level, had a retest of the 100-day moving average here and here before moving above that level. Things were looking better through here, but then we started to rotate back below the aforementioned 100-day moving average, the blue line in this chart, and things started to move back to the downside here. We haven't been above the 100-day moving average since this day right here back in April 21st, 2022. And over that time, or over this move to the downside, the 100-day moving average has, of course, followed with the price. It currently sits at $26,276, and it's going to need the price is going to need to get above that 100-day moving average at some point if the buyers are going to take back more control in Bitcoin. So from a longer-term perspective, the bias is still to the downside. If I were to zoom in here on the daily chart and focus just on the recent price action, put this back here. The last leg to the downside here has seen the price move above the 38.2% retracement of that move to the downside. We traded above it here, we traded above it here, but we haven't been able to get above the 50% retracement at $24,984. Let's call it $25,000. And getting above that level and the aforementioned 100-day moving average are really the next key targets on the top side of Bitcoin, is to have a more positive bias from the daily perspective. Now let's drill into the 1-hour chart and see what that chart is telling us. And if we were to take a look at this currency pair and go from and put a Fibonacci retracement from our low price through here up to the high price here, and if we look at that, the 50% midpoint of this move to the upside, this is off of the last low that we saw on the hourly chart. If we look at the 50% retracement level, that's where the support buyers have been coming in. Now we also see the 100-hour moving average move to the downside, and the price is trading, just traded up to that 100-hour moving average and found willing sellers against that level. Admittedly, in trading trading yesterday, we saw the price move above the 100-hour moving average here and here, but we could not sustain the momentum and then reestablish resistance against the moving average. So we have two technical levels in play here on the hourly chart for Bitcoin that may determine the shorter term bias, and or that will determine the shorter term bias for the pair. That is the 50% retracement at $22,688, and on the top side we're going to be looking at the 100-hour moving average at $23,182. That's blue line right here. Get above it, and we're going to traders will look for further upside momentum. Move below the 50% retracement, and traders will be looking for more downside momentum. So the battle is on in Bitcoin. The longer term bias remains more to the downside below that key 100-day moving average, but the shorter term is what will determine the shorter term bias, either up to the up or down. My name is Greg McCloskey. Good fortune with your trading. Bye bye now.